We move on to the Eastern Conference. We'll start with the Milwaukee Bucks shocking the world, defeating the Brooklyn Nets in 7 games. Kyrie Irving suffered a high ankle sprain injury that left him out of the remainder of the games, I believe 5, 6, and 7. James Harden tried to come back and play off his injured hamstring, and he did. And Kevin Durant was sensational, having a triple double in his Game 5 performance and playing another. And he played 48 minutes in that Game 5, and Game 7 played 53 minutes. Almost won the game prior to overtime, but his foot was on the line. What they said in that commercial? His foot was on the line. Damon, Brooklyn Nets ambassador, expiring contracts. You guys have Jeff Green, Tyler Johnson, Spencer Dinwiddie plans to opt out of his $12 million player option. 3 max contract spots. Joe Harris is making $17 million next year. We all know super teams get better in year 2. Is that how you feeling coming into next season?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, man, if I'm the Nets, I'm not panicking. Okay. This was a very nuanced loss to the Bucks. Okay. You bring together these 3 superstars. They all play great when they do play throughout the regular season. And 2 of them are injury prone, asterisk. And in the playoffs, specifically speaking, Kyrie carried the team throughout the regular season. He got hurt. They lose. If you're the Nets, you do not have to panic here. You do not have to start throwing money anywhere. Dang, I feel like I'm saying the same thing about all these teams. You just have to. They got a poor luck of the draw. That game was winnable. Now those games 6 and 7, obviously 6, but game 7 was a very winnable game. They didn't pull through. Don't panic, man. Run it back. LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh lost the first year when they got together. It's all good. That team, if they're all healthy, they should still win the East next year, potentially win the finals next year. Just get everybody back together, get everybody back healthy. Keep Blake Griffin. He played very well. He played above what people thought he was going to play in the playoffs. You have 3 of like the 7 best scorers on the entire NBA on your team. It will work out. Don't freak out. Run it back year 2, get that championship. That's how I feel about the Nets.
I forgot to add Blake Griffin and Bruce Brown contracts are expiring as well. Damon, do you agree with Mace?
I do. The GM came out today and said, I believe Blake, Jeff Green, and Joe Harris specifically Bruce Brown instead of Joe Harris are guys that they are circling to get back. I think Joe Harris, when you consistently in a 7-game series, if Brooklyn maybe would have lost in 6 or something, but Joe Harris had some pretty good looks and a lot of minutes that he just was not able to capitalize off. I believe he may be a center point in trade talks for them, but I mean, it's not a lot of flexibility, but they have the talent. The talent is there. Kyrie was hurt, Harden injured, and KD, we know how I feel about KD, best player in the world. You tie it all together, another year for Steve Nash, and see what it looks like. I like to see them do something. It remains to be seen what the Bucks do, but a guy like PJ Tucker who can come in and take a lot off the plate for them defensively would be nice. We already know the relationship he has with KD. Something like that. They need a 3-and-D guy who can go in and take that best matchup for them, and they can spread out just like a lot of good teams have had before, championship winning teams. So we'll see if they're able to add a piece that they need, which I believe is a 3-and-D player.
Before I give it to you,
Sure, Derek.
Before I give it to you, I gotta say, Harden, Durant, and Irving have player options not next season, but the year after. And I think if this team does not win a championship for Brooklyn, I think it's time. It is going to be panic mode. I think next season for them is like kind of a panic mode to win the championship because Harden, Durant, and Kyrie just like, you know what? I don't want to be here and just opt out of their $40 million and go play somewhere else. So I think although that is probably unlikely, I think that's still a possibility, especially if he don't like the culture of Brooklyn. They don't think Steve Nash is doing a good job. They think they have the right talent to surround them. After the next season, them guys can be like, you know what? We can go opt out and just go get more money somewhere else. So, and play somewhere they want to be at. So it's definitely championship or bust for the Nets next season, healthy or not healthy. It's championship or bust. Carter.
The big 3 will be back for them, obviously. Blake can definitely use this run he just went on to cash in somewhere else and play with somewhere else he prefers to play. I wouldn't be surprised he went back, but again, I think he got a good chance to go to cash in. Bruce Brown is in that 2019, 2018 draft. He was drafted with Kevin Hurt in him, whatever draft they was. So he's about to cash in as well. He showed that he was valuable in his minutes. He's not gonna get a max or anything like that, but he's definitely gonna get broke off a couple, like almost 8 figures, at least an 8-figure contract per year. Who else they got over there? Joe Harris. I mean, they paid Joe Harris to be Joe Harris. Sometimes shots don't fall. That's kind of what, you're a shooter. You're gonna keep shooting. Spencer Dinwiddie will be a big loss, I think, but I think they missed him. I think having him off the bench or having him in Kyrie absence would have made a big difference. But now this is his chance to go try to get him a starting job somewhere else, because I know he wasn't too high on being a backup. I know he wasn't too high on being a backup, so I could see him going somewhere else to try to get a starting job. And then ultimately, the thing people say they didn't need is what they need. They need defense. So no matter how good your offense is, you have to have that defense. And KD being your best defender wasn't gonna cut it. They need to go get somebody that's actually like that's gonna lock up can lock up 48 minutes or however long and don't have to worry about scoring. It's hard to be the best defender and be the best scorer on the team, which is what, the true best player in the league does when it's the crunch time in games.
Had to get that in there. I like it.
He threw it in there for me. I had to throw mine back.
Before we go move to the last team, are there more Brooklyn Nets news? Ooh.
Oh, is DeAndre Jordan contract up?
Let me take a looky look. His contract is not up. He gets paid $9 million next year, 9.8.